Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
What's good, StarCraft fans? It's ya boy, Captain Canuck, aka the Real Winter Soldier. Joined along by my side is the one, the only Kozan. Say hi to the people.
Hello, people.
As you can see,
we need to make the lobbies, by the way.
Okay, I will do it.
We're a little bit late, guys. Sorry about that. It seems like the dates were confirmed by Mr. Pig. No problem. It happens. It was quite a journey to get to contact him, but we managed to do so, and the game is on the way.
We may have had to contact his girlfriend's sister's neighbors, ex-wife's dogs, veterinarian's former babysitter to get this figured out, guys. But we did it. We did it for you.
Yup.
And
yeah. Well, we are gonna try to start this game up quite quickly. I'm sure, like, he already sincerely apologized as well, yeah, to not only us but also Light, of course. Well, not the streamer or the viewers yet, but I'm sure he would do that eventually as well.
Mm-hmm. No, guys, Pig's a good guy. He's very professional, and he doesn't normally just not show up for no particular reason. It was misunderstanding, so all good.
No reason to get on his bad side now.
No. And I'm guessing Sushi's not joining us in game. So
I don't think so either.
Now Light's AFK. Oh man, guys,
yeah.
It's gonna happen. It's going to happen. I promise you all. From the bottommost reaches of my maple syrup-filled heart, it will happen.
Let's see. Huh. There's no timestamps in StarCraft 2 chat, is there? There's no way to enable that. Oh, he's gonna tweet about the stream.
What's the stream link?
Oh, you already have it. Nice. Very good. I'm gonna look if you're still up on Team Liquid as well.
Yeah, double check on that because sometimes it goes down. You're going to play random. Pick your base each map.
You must play random, right?
Yeah, that's what we thought was gonna happen, but I mean, there might have been some miscommunication. Who knows what was gonna be going on, right? And guys, let us know what you think of stuff in the chat. If you have any questions for Canada or wherever Kozan's really from, if he really is the real Kozan. And we don't have any stream delay, so we can answer you in real time, which is ridiculous. This is the first Alpha Pro series I've been able to do in real time. But I'm going to enjoy it for as long as it happens.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll be able to do it in the future as well. Like, I think you usually okay.
Yeah, and guys, I will not be able to be my full super hyped up self today as it is 2:30 in the morning where I am and my family is sleeping. So in order to prevent them from waking up and being mad at me, I will be a little more chill today, which is fine.
Whispercast.
I'm just gonna
Whenever
yeah.
something really exciting happens, I'll just try my best to feel
Yeah.
excitement and just start as much as I can.
I mean, I'll figure out some weird funky thing to do for all y'all because it's gonna be so hard to contain my excitement when it happens. But
Just wiggle the camera about like,
mm.
ah! That's
All right, guys. So let's talk a little bit about our players here, Kozan. So we've got PiG, the streamer, the
the one guy.
WCS caster. What do you know about him? Tell me your impromptu bio on the man who is PiG.
Well, he used to be a pro player, and now he is education stream. He's still a very good player. Still rolls with some of the better EU players as well, I believe. You know, still takes maps now and again, and yeah, just an all-around really kind guy, really funny too. Everyone loves this series about the sewer mermaid, of course, the one that owns. And those are very popular, and yeah, just overall nice. Does really good stuff for StarCraft 2, honestly.
Yeah,
Not much to complain about with him.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Pig's a really cool guy. He is Grandmaster in every race. Currently, his Zerg and his Protoss are ranked 43 and 44 on the GM ladder, right next to each other. His Terran's a little far behind at 158, but that's a-okay. But yeah, he puts in a lot of work, guys. He runs, he does help run some teams for lower level players to help them gain some chances to play in tournaments, team leagues, and gain experience. He does a lot of different coaching. He has lots of resources online for new and low level players to help you learn how to play the game with proper mechanics, as well as just improve overall and have some cool builds to do.
Yeah, for sure. And what do you know about
So Light is this cool guy from the team Alpha X. You may have heard of them. They tend to put on these events, and I may also be on that team. So, you know, that already makes Light pretty dang cool. But he's been a semi-professional StarCraft player for a while. Has been doing a lot of Warcraft 3 lately, but is still keeping up with his StarCraft. Still playing a bit. I think he's an EU player, though. If I remember correctly, yeah, because his stats on the America server here, unless this is an alternate account, which I don't think it is, he doesn't have a lot here on. Blah 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 blah. Doesn't have a lot on this server. But, guys, yeah, oh, man. I feel like I'm a curse right now, because, in the past week, I've had one person not show up for a show match I was supposed to cast. I had, a team league game in one of the team leagues I'm in where my opponent didn't show up till 33 minutes after we were supposed to play, and now this is happening. So hey, you know what? Maybe this is gonna help Pig feel a little bit better about accidentally missing the beginning of this game, because now Light is returning the favor. But if you were to make a prediction right now, Kozan, what would you say the outcome of this game would be?
I think Pig is going to a little bit, in my but that just might be because Light has been playing a lot of Warcraft 3 recently. So, you know, It's hard for me to say just because of that. You know, I'm not quite sure where Light is with his StarCraft 2 skills at the moment, but he's playing a whole lot.
Yeah. What is your score prediction for the series?
All right, so I think all right, this is a difficult one. There's so many matches right now, right? Already in like a best of 3 series, it's already kind of difficult to get a good prediction going. But like in a best of 9 series, there's a lot of stuff that can happen. All right, it's not as easy as the best of. In a best of 3, you can kind of gamble, but all right. Either way, enough making excuses. I think it's gonna be like 5-2, maybe 5-2. 5-3.
5 to in favor of Pig.
In favor of Pig. Yeah, that's my prediction.
Okay. Well, I would normally go for Pig too, and Pig's always going to be my fan favorite for this match in my heart. But I have a rule for myself that I always go opposite in the prediction of what my co-caster does. So since you have picked Pig to be your champion, I will pick Light to be the one I will be rooting for to win, just to be contradictory, and I will say 5-3 victory. 5-2. 5-2 will be my prediction. So guys, let us know what your prediction is in the chat. We want to hear what you think will happen in this series, this best of 9, and what's going to go down.
I wouldn't mind Light winning, of course. Like, I would still like to see Light win, especially after Pig his mistaken of there in the start, but I'm sorry, being checked. Well, the adrenaline must help. When I was saying, well, adrenaline, too many misclicks.
Yeah, adrenaline certainly messes.
Might want to relink that lobby for Light.
Oh, is he back? Okay.
I think so.
There we go.
There he is. I think. Probably. I hope. He'd be wrong.
Let's see.
It was like. It might have been his cat just bumping into his mouse. That could be a thing as well, of course.
Oh, does he have
cats?
He
has a cat?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe.
Well, if he's not right here, then he must have, right? Unless there are birds that flew into his room. Which I sincerely hope that it wasn't. Recently, like, it's a weird story, but you know what? We have time. I was at a friend's place, well, not this weekend, but the weekend before that. And, like, you know, I slept on his couch. And the day afterwards, all the doors were still open because of, you know, it was nice summer weather. And I heard him say like, oh, dude, there's a bird in my house. And the bird just had flown into his house through the open doors.
What?
And I thought like, oh, that's kind of funny. And then he tried to move, you know, towards the bird, try to shoo him out of the house. But then instead of going back the way the bird came, the bird flew. The bird panicked, and the bird just scrambled and went crazy and just flew straight into his bedroom.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
And then, as birds do in a major panic, like a lot of animals do, it started defecating all over the place.
Oh,
like,
yes, but of course.
Like on his bed, on the floor, on the way over to his bed, everywhere. There was everywhere bird poop. It was absolutely insane.
That is fantastic. Oh
so
my
it very,
gosh.
very quickly went from haha, there's a bird in my house to this just utter panic and like, oh god, what's he doing? Just like...
Oh my goodness, that is awesome. I actually not this was it this week? It might have been this. No, it was the week before. I was at work and I help run a kids soccer camp. And at one point, one of the camp counselors took some of the kids to the park because there was a park nearby and we weren't playing soccer at the time. And she had a bird drop a lovely present for her. Right on her leg. And so she got to make the long, awkward walk back to where we were stationed in the field to clean herself up, and it was so lovely.
Yeah. Man. Oh, bird poop. It's one of the worst kinds of poop as well, isn't it? Well, maybe it's just like it comes from above. That's the thing. That's what makes it horrible. All the animals on the ground, it's all right. It's hard to have that fall on top of you because you can see it right there, right? If it's a dog, you're not gonna walk underneath the dogs, and right, it's not gonna happen. A bird, though, it's like one of those bomber planes that is just then with bird poop.
Yeah. Oh, and it's the consistency is just really an awkward thing because when it gets on your car, you're like, "That's what even is that?"
Yeah. Yeah. True. All right. Well, I guess that's enough of that. Maybe.
All right. So, still no sign of light.
No, I guess it really was a cat.
Yeah.
Confirmed. Just chatting up with Pig as well, I have the moment now, and we can try to become best of friends with Pig. Get ourselves higher in the StarCraft 2 social ladder, in a way, by being acquainted with Pig.
Yeah.
So he's been busy. And
he's been
had a nice weekend of hiking. That was nice. It does sound nice.
Yeah. Yeah, he is obviously in Australia, guys, and so he's trying to get out more and see the amazing everything that's there on that continent. Our Netherlands. We have a lot of flat grass fields. That's east of me. Yeah, and now, guys, I'm going to attempt to see if I can convince Pig that polar bear racing is real in Canada.
Man, how can you even be angry with this guy, right? Look at it. This is just a nice guy overall.
Yeah, and that's why I wasn't too concerned. Like, I knew something was just going slightly wrong, some miscommunication or whatever. Holy cow. So it's been getting real hot there in the Netherlands then, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the thing is, right, the infrastructure here is just not built for any type of warm weather. Like, we have fairly thin walls, and it's mostly isolated to keep cold out. And we still have very big windows as well, so a lot of sunlight does just come in. And yeah, there's no air conditioning or whatever. So, like, it's just like, yeah, like Pig is saying, and it's like drop bears in Australia. People just are not prepared for it, at least the tourists.
Yeah. So apparently, guys, it does get super cold in Australia. Fun fact, I felt like I kind of knew something about this, but wasn't quite sure. And he says the polar bear racing sounds like me sounds a lot like me riding a kangaroo to work. So he's for it. But I have ways to deal with this.
You're gonna continue on the charade.
Well, I've had much practice convincing people.
Lights away again. How long are we gonna keep this up? I mean, we can chatting to Pig, but I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Why this?
Message Sushi and see what he
Alright,
thinks.
Let's get this on the way. It's just gonna be utter panic.
Pig saying that he and I should just play because I have myself in the spot. Just go random v random, guys. You already watched Uzi Cody and Guitar Cheese play each other in a random versus random. As long as you've got notifications on, I'd have some I'd have some massive adrenaline myself. I just talk about video game. You guys just can see if lights. Let's go. And is Sushi around? You still there? Nostalgia map 1v2. What's the game plan? Sushi. What's a play? Yeah, Kozan, we can just do a 2v1 against Pig and get our butts kicked. Cause what's your rank?
Would you want that to happen?
Yes.
Right now I'm like
honor.
4.1k MMR.
Okay, so you're better than me. Sounds good. I did just get promoted to D2 this week, though, guys.
Ooh. Ooh. Still at it then.
Yeah.
Nostalgia map 1v2. He really is up for this, isn't he? He really just wants to play.
Yeah, he just wants to play. He's itching to play. My SC2 street cred would be on the line. I am so down to get wrecked by any grandmaster who's willing to play with me. What we could do, Kozan, is we could just do the Florencio Probius rush against Pig. Couldn't do a thing. It'd be legendary.
Well, he is the person that sees most of it, right? Most of the Florencio stuff. So, like, he should know everything that he can throw at him in that sense. Yeah, Cyril first time in Rogue series was good.
Yeah, that one was so crazy. I can't believe the level of competition Time brought.
Yeah. Yeah, the Chinese Terran, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, he was... Yeah, Time, Pig saying, I hope time doesn't abandon me, all my Chinese loves in the past. Cayenne, Tudming, Ayasanu, they all got super good, then just stopped practicing. I have faith in time, though. We'll have to get him into Nation Wars. Heck yeah, he should hopefully get into Nation Wars. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, it was hard for me to follow the Rogue tournaments myself as much. I was still doing a lot of the like animation and trying to cut videos together for my own channel at the time as well.
I partially recommend the Cyril versus Time series because it was so incredibly good, but I also recommend it because it was the only one I saw. Because the tournament was always while I was working during the day, so I wasn't really able to see it. So I caught one on Friday because I'm friends with Grant, and he got the chance of a lifetime to go and cast it. So I was like, I gotta watch my buddy.
Yeah.
And he did a really good job. I'm really happy with how he did. For his first big event, obviously, I love the way he handled the nerves. I love the way he dealt with just the pressure of the situation. And I felt he did a really good job. Definitely, as we all do, I have plenty to work on, but talk to him a little bit of, hey, I think you could do this, but otherwise these are the things I like what you're doing. Keep it up, keep going. You're a really good caster.
Nice.
No, I am.
That's some good feedback, man.
I'm a firm believer in providing both what you did well and what you can do to improve, because both are necessary. It's a yin and yang situation. One without the other leads to just it's not productive. So I love when I get feedback where it's like, yeah, we like what you did this, we think you could do this better. And so I just even self-reflect and say, like, what did I like what I did, what did I not like? And I try and set goals to continue to improve, because lately something I've been noticing is I just don't have as much expertise on build / specific strategies. I know some stuff, but I don't know everything, and I want to learn more. So I've been trying to really pay attention to those that I practice with and coach with, of how they explain things and the purpose behind things, so that while in game I can say to the viewers, hey, this is what's going on, this is why it's good, or I'd rather see this because of this.
Yeah, I feel the same way, you know, but it is like a full-time job in a way, right? To really get all those build orders in your brain and locked up, especially if you're not just playing your own race, but if you're playing like, well, if you're commentating, right, you have to do this basically for all the 3 races at the same time in a way, right? And that's why PiG is also such a pillar in the community in a way, because he is committing to having all those 3 races branded into his brain, basically. Maybe some more so than others, but still, you know.
Yeah, and it's he also does a good job. Like, say he Winter Loco, they all make sure that they don't take it too far and burn themselves out, because there have been plenty of big StarCraft figures that were doing it, but they did too much. And since StarCraft's such a complex and intense game, you really have to balance it for yourself. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to be the expert on everything. You do as much as you can to keep going, and and then you just have fun. The whole point of this game is to end up having fun. So do the point that you can handle, and then make sure you're living life outside of it too.
Yeah.
Alright, Pig's gonna go practice a ladder game. Uh, so let's see here, Kozan. What can we do in the meantime to entertain the fans? Or should we just take a quick break? And we'll get back to you guys soon. We're just waiting to hear back from Light.
We're waiting for Light. I mean, we try and keep talking about weird stories. Interested?
Yeah. I mean, I'm always down.
You know.
So let's see. What's a weird story from recently? I have one. No, I haven't. Oh, I had a friend knock out a couple teeth a couple weeks ago.
Huh.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
Do you know the game Ultimate Frisbee?
How much different? I'm just Ultimate Frisbee. Okay, this seems quite something else.
Okay.
People are really jumping for this, aren't they?
Sorry, repeat that?
People are really jumping for this Ultimate Frisbee, aren't they?
Yeah, no, it gets people get super into it. So what it is it's kind of like football, American football, and frisbee, just normal, casual throwing around the frisbee combined. So you can't run with the frisbee in your hand. There's a field, and you have to try and get it up the field with your team to the end zone to score.
Okay.
And so every Wednesday with some friends, we go and we play Ultimate Frisbee at a field. And we have a lot of fun, and we sometimes get up to like 20 to 25 people out a week to do it. It's a super good time. And some of us go pretty hard. Some of us get pretty into it. Like it's a casual thing. We just do it for fun. But some of us, we're going fast. We're going crazy. Like we're in the moment, and some crazy cool stuff happens. I've seen some of the most insane catches ever of people just like flipping around, diving, whatever.
Yeah.
But
we need someone in the end zone to catch the frisbee, right? Or else it isn't the points. Or
yeah. So if you drop the frisbee, it doesn't count, and you have to catch it in the end zone in order for it to count.
Okay. Looks pretty cool.
Yeah. So we play on a soccer field. Oh my gosh!
Oh,
Lights back. Lights back. Okay.
Doing it.
Light is back. Okay. Guys, we may do this.
For how long have you been playing the Ultimate Frisbee then?
We did it last summer, and started doing it this summer again. We do it during the summer, as it's
So the both of us.
It's kind of
just
cold.
go AFK now, just to complete the circle, by the way.
Oh my gosh. Oh, if I didn't have to go back to sleep so that I could get up to go on vacation in the morning. All right. I think, though, guys, we are going to be ready to go. Players ready. Pig, I'm randoming and not telling race. Oh, wow. Here we go, guys. Let's get into the fight. Game number 1, only an hour and 5 minutes late, but hey, it's okay. Oh my gosh, here we go. Gonna load.
Oh, it took a while, but finally we are going StarCraft 2. Our bread and butter, Canuck.
Our creme de fromage. No, that's not the
Our-
phrase.
Our maple syrup and stroop waffles.
Yes. Our what's a Netherlands dish? Our
Potatoes.
potatoes. I'm trying to think of. Do I know anything about the Netherlands? No, except they made it to the World Cup final back against Spain and whatever or something.
Yeah, very fanatic about the football. The football.
The football.
I'm not completely sure why. You know what? Whatever. If you have the choice between football or StarCraft 2, I know what I'm gonna pick. Pretty sure.
Alrighty, guys. We're finally in the first game. Let's introduce our players. In the bottom right, here on King's Cove, the red Protoss player. Not from any particular team. He kind of has his own team. It's PiG. Take it away.
In the top left corner of the map, we have a blue Protoss player hailing from Team Alpha X. His name is Light.
So our first matchup of the day is going to be PvP. Mr. Kozan, I am so excited. I love my PvPs.
I hope we're gonna see the Disruptor versus Disruptor stuff happening. That's always my favorite.
Oh, it's
utter panic.
So, I'm really curious as to this opening here from Light. This is a perfect PvP opening, but he doesn't know. He didn't know what race PiG was, because PiG, if I'm checking here, did not tell him. So, is this just lucky guessing?
I think it might just be completely trying to play it safe, in a way. Getting the double gas earlier on, getting the double gateway. If it's not versus a Protoss, he just might go into a pressure kind of build anyway, or some type of earlier aggression. But now that it is PvP, you should be completely fine.
Yeah, so first tech coming out here for PiG, he's going to be going for the Stargate opener against Light. So this has a couple of directions it can go. You can either be going for a couple of oracles, try and get some damage done. You'd get 2 to deal with any kind of shield battery that you'd see in the mineral line, or this can be for phoenixes if PiG's itching to go for kind of a phoenix war, or just gain map control. What do you think's going to be coming down for this?
Well, in the PvP, it's hard to say. I think we're gonna see well, it did actually get scouted, the Stargate? No, it did not, so it could still be Oracle.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wait for a second. But yeah, there is a shield battery already on the way for Light, so it seems like he's already prepared for it. And alright, PiG going for the Phoenix. No, actually duking us, cancelling and going for the Oracle instead, which is kind of interesting. So I wonder why exactly he would have done that. He did see the Stalkers, right? So you saw the Stalkers. Was that maybe the indicator for him to go for the Oracle instead of the Phoenix?
It's with when your opponent's going for mass Phoenix. Ooh, the shield battery finishes for Light. That's super unfortunate. That's a nice advantage there for PiG. That's going to delay any kind of expansion that Light's going to want to go for. Actually, but it's looking like Light doesn't even care. I think he's going to go for a 1 base all in here, Kozan. Yeah. But when it comes
gate and the Robo.
But when it comes to whether or not to decide to go Phoenixes, I love going Phoenixes, so I've been experimenting with this. When you see that your opponent is going for mostly Stalkers, the usefulness of Phoenixes deteriorates because the Stalkers are able to get into the mineral lines and you're not really able to dive onto the probes as much. And if your Phoenixes aren't killing probes in the early game, then they're a waste of money. You have to be massing them in order for them to do much. An Oracle's gonna not be too much of an investment, is gonna be able to get things done. But here we go into the main base. This is Light strategy. He's going for just a 1 base blinks, not even a blink Stalker all in, just a Stalker all in with Poor Man's Blink with a Warp Prism.
Already, I'm not sure if PiG is going to survive this. This is quite a dangerous situation. Immediately depowering the robotics facility and also having the Warp Prism still here to micro those Stalkers.
And this is the issue with going for a Stargate opener in PvP, is if your opponent goes for aggression, you're not going to have the units to deal with it. And here we can see that the Stalkers of Pig are just Stalkers of Light are just lighting up these probes and making them evaporate in a thin air, Kozan.
Yeah, all the probes have died. 25 probes killed already on that kill feed. The Immortal trying to get out desperately here, but it's too late. Too late. Light's taking the first game.
Yeah, Light reading the situation really well. This type of a push can work in multiple matchups. So, it's really impressive what Light was able to do there.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we're gonna see, like, if this is an indicator of what we're gonna see next rounds as well, right? Maybe he's just planning to keep this aggression up, just to kind of steer clear of the randomness in a way, right? As long as if you do a big kind of all-in or very aggressive opening like that, then it doesn't matter too much what kind of race your opponent has, right? Like something like that, a big Stalker attack with the Warp Prism to get into the... that's going to work against them, well, pretty much all the races.
Yeah. When it comes to when you're playing a random player that's not going to be revealing his race, it's... If you're going to try and guess because of the how the openings differ so much between each matchup, it's going to be tough to not fall behind in that sense. So if you go for an aggressive opening, like you said before, it's not going to matter as much what the other person what race they are. But yeah, let's both players are ready. If I can get to the right tab. Here we go. Pig's gonna fight you in the next show match, Kozan. There we go. Next Alpha X. Alpha Pro Series. Here we go. Okay. Let's see what happens here, guys. Thanks to everyone who's joining in. If any of you have any spare Matcherino quests, please feel free to go and use them on the Matcherino website. We have already used all of our codes, so there's no real point in telling you guys to go and use codes, because there's none left. But do some Matcherino quests, get yourself some perks, and give these players some extra cash.
That is a good point. Yeah, after like one tweet of Pig, every code got used up for the Matcherino, so you can see that is very nice. A nice audience that he has, honestly, continuously. Just helping him out. A real following this guy has made. And he deserves it, honestly. He's a nice guy. He deserves a well-rounded following. It's a PvP again, by the way.
Ooh, okay, guys. So remember, Pig is playing as random, so we don't know exactly what matchup we're going to get, and so it's going to be a different kind of a show every game. But here on New Repugnancy, we'll introduce our players. In the top right side, wearing the color blue from Alpha X, it's Light.
And his opponents in the red color, he is in the bottom left corner this time. It is also Protoss, it is Pig.
Excellent. So, similar openings again from each player. In terms of the gas, gateways, neither... both players getting that second gateway, however...
I'm really expecting Pig to change it up here myself. I don't think he's gonna go for that Stargate opening again.
No.
We'll have to wait and see. He's gonna go out with the scout again early on with the probe. Maybe he wants to try and keep that probe in for a little bit longer so he can try to scout out if there is another all-in coming in this time. That could help. But, yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. This
What
game.
if we just get PvP every game?
That-
Like, what do you...
That'd be absolutely ridiculous. The whole random situation. Because before I started doing more team leagues, I was playing random. Which I don't fully recommend while doing in Diamond, guys. Kind of wait until you're a little bit better, but I did it because it was fun.
yeah, just have fun with it, man. That's
yeah.
important.
Yeah, that was my plan. So playing is random. Blah 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 blah. What was I saying? Playing is
You were
random.
playing random in
Sometimes you
Diamond.
get there's a trend, and you'll get like 2 of the races, 8 out of 10 times you queue up, and then that one race that you aren't getting, maybe 1 to 2 times in those 10 games. Or sometimes it's super balanced. You never know what it's going to be, which I really like, because it's not like, oh, it's just going to cycle through. Ooh, a nice little squirmish over here, and Light's going to get a little bit of the better end, and is going to be able to damage up these stalkers real nicely.
Yeah, very. No, might get one actually. Oh, that was very close. Maybe around the corner somewhere. If the friendly star. Oh, that was so nice by Pig. Actually moving his stalkers downwards so they wouldn't body block. Very good control here coming out of Pig.
No, the adrenaline's starting to let off a little bit. He's starting to get his head. I would not walk up that cliff, Pig. No, Pig's gonna lose a couple of stalkers here. Oh, is able to trade 1 for 1 and get away with all the rest. That's actually super nice.
By the way, Light is doing the exact same thing as he was doing previous game as well, right? He is going for that robo with the War Prism coming up again, but this time, Pig, not having made his own Stargate, not investing into that, but still, he's kind of late with his 3rd gateway display, and he also is kind of late with the robot. Now, he does have a pylon across the map, which he might be able to use for a little bit of counter-aggression to slow down the attack, but still, it might just backfire because of all his units being on the opposite side of them.
Now, recall is available to both players, so this is actually going to be slightly in favor for Light. Actually, no, Pig's not going to commit. He knows what's up. He realizes what's happening. I don't know why he's not recalling. Does he not have enough? Oh, he doesn't have. No, he has enough energy on the Nexus, so he should just recall his stalkers. Because here
he should. Yeah. Okay. There he goes.
But here we go into the main. Difference is this time he does have a sentry.
God. Another depowerment. Well, at least not the robotics facility this time, but it's still so far away from making an immortal.
Yeah, I mean, there was more units for sure this time for Pig, and he's trying to pick off the Warp Prism right now, but he's not able to do it. More probes are going to have to be pulled off the line. Zealots are going to be warped in to help deal with the probes that will be coming against the Stalkers, but all the units for Pig are gone, and I think it's going to be a quick 2-0 here for Light, Kozan.
It seems so, yeah. Light pulling out the dirty aggression here a little bit, but you know what? Who can blame him? He had to wait for quite a long time before Pig got here, and perhaps this is a little bit of revenge coming out. Yeah. For Light, you know, punishing Pig for being so late.
Yeah.
Trying to hurry along the series this time, this way. Maybe he has somewhere to be. Who knows? Light needs a 2-minute break.
Awesome. Well, that will give us time to do a fancy shout out, Mr. Kozan.
All right, all right. Do you want to do the honors or?
Yes, I will do the honors. I just have to pull something up here quick, just so that, guys, I don't lie to you. Yeah, I need to make sure I don't lie to you guys, because it's 3 in the morning for me, and I am not going to be able to think fully properly. So, guys, I want to begin this morning and talking to you about something that isn't going to let you down, that isn't going to ever be late for you. It's always going to be open, always going to be free. Guys, I want to talk to you about 24-hour fitness. Being healthy is an important part of being successful, whether you are a top-level esports player like these two that we're watching, or just a common noob like myself. Part of living a healthy life is to get proper and consistent exercise, and 24-hour fitness is here and committed to helping you live the most healthy life you can. And they're designed to help meet your lifestyle and schedule. Whether you're looking to do cardio, do some studio classes, go to their pools, lift weights, and so much more. They've got the right stuff for you, so take advantage of it. Go by yourself or bring a friend. Visit any of their 436 locations and take advantage of that awesome opportunity they provide to you.
Yeah. Honestly, like, I wouldn't know where else they would have that much of equipment and like pools and pretty much everything, right?
Mm.
I'm trying to. I don't think I've ever been to like a gym that has a pool, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Well, some of them now I know, and I'd have to look it up specifically for 24-hour fitness. We don't have any in Canada, but there are places that have these smaller pools that provide a current for you to swim again. So it's like a treadmill pool. So you can swim to your heart's content in the size of a kid pool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Huh. Is it like really wide, or is it just like a one-person pool type of thing, like a treadmill would be?
That I'm not sure. I bet it. I would guess it varies depending on the location. I haven't seen one, but I've talked to people who have done it, and been told about it.
Okay. Pretty cool stuff. Next game will be on Kairos Junction. Gonna be a good one. Let's hope this time it's not a PvP. I always feel a little bit out of my depth with PvP. You know, PvP, it just feels... I know PiG is playing random, but PvP to me feels like even more random than the race random itself.
Oh, I love PvP. As a Protoss player, I actually think PvP is my favorite matchup, and it's currently my best one. I've been working on it a lot, and I have a couple of builds that I've created specifically for it. That people don't tend to play against. So I have fun, and I think it can be such a versatile matchup because you can go pretty much down any tech path and make it work. Because there are some matchups where there are certain units that just can't work.
Joking.
Oh my goodness, guys.
I'm gonna make a comment about this next time. This is...
Blizzard, please fix this. Oh gosh, guys, here we go. Surprise! Yeah. After I changed the overlay, you see in the bottom right of Kairos Junction, the red Protoss player. It's Light.
And his opponent in the top left shelf of the map. Tucked away, it is the blue Protoss player. His name is PiG. We're gonna have to double check if he's actually going random. This is...
He's like switching it to Protoss at the very last second.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why you would, though. He already lost 2 PvPs, so it's kind of questionable to do so, but who knows?
I wish I was seeing like a cannon rush or something. But this time, guys, neither of them are sending out a scouting probe. Oh, wait, no, they're doing it after the second gateway. Oh, no, Pig's not. Pig's gonna just dive down in the dark. Interesting.
It might be an indicator that Pig will go for a little bit more of an early build for aggression. I wouldn't blame him, honestly, after being kind of all-in twice in a row.
It's the same all-in twice in a row.
Yeah, true. Well, it worked twice, so you know what? You can't blame Light for doing it again.
Yeah. The real question is, will Light do it 3 times? Is Light just that content to do the same build 3 times in a row? And will
he might.
3 times.
Like his final placement, kind of the same. I'm not sure if that is a clear indicator. I think he's mining the same amount of gas as well. Overall, I'm gonna say yes. He's gonna do the same thing again. Yeah. Just a deep dive into this. I'm gonna, you know what, cross my fingers. And he's doing what? No, actually, still on the path. I thought that Stargate was Light, but it's Pig.
Yeah, I think they switched colors this game. Pig has been red before and Light's been blue, so it's going to be super confusing for all of us. But hey,
That's all right.
we'll forgive these players. We've already done it a few times this morning, night, evening, I don't know.
We're very forgiving people.
But, yep, there's the Robo from Light. So something that Pig could try and do here, if he's able to identify that it's the same situation again, is, which he might here, get a Void Ray. We don't see what he's going for. Oh, he's going straight for a Robo. Is he going to produce anything out of it? Because he's skipping producing anything. Once he sees what's happening, he immediately went and dropped to the Robo.
Yeah.
Nice micro here.
He really doesn't want to lose the first Stalker.
No, that's super bad. He is able to bruise up the other two, so that's nice. And yeah, there it is. There's a Void Ray. That's going to really help with this defense. Now, yeah, Pig needs to get down shield batteries. Shield batteries are what you need to hold this, because Light's not going to be expanding behind this. So Pig doesn't need to worry about the macro behind this. He just needs to hold, because if he holds, he's in an amazing situation. So
Very true.
in this time, get shield batteries, get those that extra pylon for powering, and Pig's going to be doing a-okay here with Void Ray going to be able to get out an Immortal.
Also, he didn't invest into the earlier Nexus this time, so like even that investment is not here really. The one thing I'm still a little bit worried about, perhaps, is that one pylon is the one pylon powering the robotics facility again. So that seems a little bit lonely, but it's still going to be very difficult because it's that deep into the base for Light to get on top of that. But we'll have to wait and see. Actually, it's going to get out before the attacker right time.
Yeah. No, Pig's definitely adjusting very well to this. I really like what he's doing to prepare. He's got a Void Ray, he's got an Immortal, he's got the Stalker patrolling to see when things are going on. The shield batteries are in place, and he knows all I have to do is hold. It doesn't matter what else happens, I just gotta hold. And here comes the attack out of Light. But Pig's defense is too good this time.
Yep, definitely true. And already pulling back here. I think he put a probe down for a Nexus. I'm not sure if he actually put down a Nexus, but if he did, he cancelled it. So already Pig in a very good spot here. Actually, his Light he warped in a sentry. You think he's just gonna force field off the ramp and try to expand himself?
I don't think so. He doesn't have a probe out on the map, and his shield battery's still there. So he's all in, and at this point, because of the advantage Pig has in tech, Light, he's going for a robotics bay, so maybe going for disruptors to try and Hail Mary this. But the Light here just has to buy himself as much time to get out more units, because you can't, because in PvP, because of how it works, you can't just expand and tech behind this, because your opponent's going to be far too ahead, and a player like Pig is not going to make mistakes that will cost him that. Almost loses the Warp Prism though. That was a little risky.
Yeah, it gets it out of there though in time, saving it, and even doing some heavy damage from the army of Light as well at the same time. Light now being forced backwards. That Warp Prism also had been scouted by the Oracle. Seems like Pig now moving into position with his Void Ray to counter that and not allowed to do anything here. Pig just pushing all the right buttons so far, doing an absolutely wonderful job. The one thing that can still bite him in the butt, I'd say, is those disruptors.
However, Light is on a big timer. He is not expanding behind us. He continues to be all in.
No.
And as Pig is expanding, but is continuing to produce units, knowing that Light isn't going to just try and sit back and macro. That is... What's
I'm sorry, Light, his disruptor is blocked in his main base. Okay, there we go. He had to move his Warp Prism over there. And now also, oh my dear lord.
Pig with the huge stasis ward in the mineral line, catching at least 7 probes.
Yeah.
If we look
it's going to be so taxing for Light overall.
If we look at the income advantage tab, the stasis ward is really making it a doozy, and continuing to be annoying. This is fantastic out of PiG, making all the right decisions in this game.
That was really pretty much the entire mineral line just completely nullified, honestly.
Yeah, well, when there's a shield battery there, the Oracle isn't going to be able to do damage. Oh, that Oracle getting so lucky flying over those stalkers, but not dying.
Immortals in the main base, by the way, with Light getting one more kill, and the Pylon then getting out. Actually helping out a little bit. Now the robotics facility has been cleaned up, so it can move out on its own. Any other disruptors.
But PiG's getting his own disruptors, is able to tag, keep tabs on the army. Light's still not expanding behind this, and just is seeming super indecisive. He is trying to go for the disruptor drops, but PiG's ready for that, and it's not going to fall for it. Wouldn't mind seeing a couple Phoenixes out of PiG here to help deal with these disruptors. It's not necessary, but it'd be a lot safer than just chilling here on this gateway tech and getting his own disruptors. Since he has the Stargate, it would be easy to get out 2-3 Phoenixes just to lift him up, because once the Disruptor's lifted up, the disruption shot cancels.
Yeah, it's very true. You think he's just that confident in his own control that he's going to be able to out-micro Light here with his Disruptor?
Honestly, I just think he forgot. When I watch PiG stream, he's very smart, but in-game, the nerves and the stress just gets to him, like he does all of us. Ooh, I missed it.
Shot a disruptor down there for Light. One big explosion. Again, also the Oracle gets taken down in the main base of Light. Light completely aware of that coming in and taking it down really nicely. Now one disruptor. Oh my dear lord! Disruptor balls everywhere.
Yeah.
Actually.
So
Light absolutely devastating most of the Stalkers there in a matter of mere half seconds, I'd say.
Yeah, that was super unfortunate for PiG. Fortunately, he does have a lot. He does have a few immortals, but this this base is in mega trouble. Oh my gosh! 9 probes going down instantly to that disruptor shot.
There's still one disruptor available, but it misses absolutely everything. PiG in a world of hurt. It looks like he's gonna have to sacrifice this, the Nexus at least, but luckily for him, Light hasn't made his own Nexus behind this, so if he still holds on here, he still would be in an okay situation, but of course it's absolutely... Oh my dear lord, okay, well that was pretty much a killer move.
Yeah, well...
After.
PiG's definitely not out of it, but it's a dicey situation. Light got the dream disruptor shots. Gets one of the disruptors. Yeah, you don't want to attack up that ramp into those immortals, but
Nope.
No, this is so dicey for PiG, and here comes the Warp Prism with the disruptors again. It's gonna go for it. Nice splits, wasting it on just 2 stalkers. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, but it's still free value, and I don't think PiG really is in a situation where he can go losing his stalkers like this, though. Having a second robotics facility now also producing more disruptors, I think that it's an interesting call. Maybe, do you think this is the right call?
I don't think it's wrong, but I'm not sure how it's gonna work.
Oh, I mean, he's low. You're right. Doesn't matter anymore.
No, I mean, Light is just making the money shots. He's the Steph Curry of disruptor shots right now. My gosh. I mean,
splitting so well as well. Like I underestimated Light, it seems, at the start of this series. Honestly.
I underestimated Light in this game because PiG just had such a brilliant early defense that I didn't expect it to go so one-sidedly. But with those disruptor shots that Light had, there's nothing you can do as PiG. That is just brilliant execution.
Very cool to see, honestly. PiG now already 3 games behind, so
oof.
That's a rough spot. Well, let's hope he's gonna get another race this time. Perhaps it's gonna help him a little bit more. You think he's just gonna be like, you know what? I'm just gonna pick another race. It's like we'll have to wait and see.
All right, just waiting on Pig to pick the next map. Well, with it not being 3-0, Kozan, you want to go and do another blah blah blah, another shout out for us?
Yeah, for sure. Let me talk about the one, the only GameStop is working with the top pros from top teams in the entirety of the gaming industry from all around. They bring you the Pro Training Series. And these are monthly videos with pro-level insights and expertise in all sorts of games like, for example, Overwatch, Call of Duty, PUBG, Fortnite, and even more on the way. So if you are interested in those type of games and you want to up your gaming level, make sure to check them out at gamestop.com/esports.
Awesome.
Wonderful place. Get all your games there, guys. If they support StarCraft 2, we can support them, you know? That is my idea. Oh, let me join this.
Yeah, so there is actually a... they do have stores in Canada, but they go by a different name. They are called EB Games, but it's the same company, because GameStop bought EB Games years and years ago. So just didn't change the name.
Interesting. That's pretty cool. It didn't change the name. That's pretty cool too. Like already having a established franchise and just sticking with that. That's a good idea, honestly.
No, I mean, don't fix what ain't broken.
Yeah, it's just good marketing. Also, capitalism at its finest, of course, where all the businesses eventually end up as one business, just under a lot of different names.
Ultimate power. Okay, I think Pig's gonna be Terran this time because I got a Terran specific tip, and since I'm observing, but oh my freaking gosh, are you joking? What is this series, Kozan? I literally can't right now.
Yeah, I wanted to say something, but you know what? The rage is just filling up inside of me, so it's like...
Oh my gosh. What? Guys, look at this. I'm gonna switch the overlay. I just...
In the top left corner of the map, we have a red Protoss player. His name is Light, and he's playing Protoss. Guess who else is playing Protoss? Over, by the way. I'm hearing... I think you did it, but...
No, I didn't yet. In the bottom right of Cyber Forest, following in the footsteps of his sewer mermaid friend, in the blue, it's the Protoss player Pig, who is mixing it up with a cannon rush. Oh, I was so hoping. Oh my gosh. But here we go. First pylon for Pig. Oh no. Light didn't see the probe, so this is gonna work. Okay.
Hopefully, yeah. Like, how could it not work anymore, right? This would be an extremely weird situation. And oh my god, look at the vision for Light and how close that pylon is. Like, that's perfectly placed.
Oh yeah.
That is perfectly placed.
No, the art of cannon rushing is that of extreme precision.
In he comes.
And so here come the probes. So they are going to try and block stuff off. Now, ooh, that first probe nearly running the gauntlet, nearly dying. The second one, this is some next level probe control here. This one down to just a tickle away. Oh, on the bottom one, the first one's going to die. That pylon doesn't get cancelled. It gets killed by these probes. That one here, though, where the cannons are, does finish, so that will provide high ground vision, and Pig is going to be able to start raining cannons down, and there are no units other than probes out here for Light.
Right, yeah. I'm kind of curious why you would attack that island instead of the other one. I guess it doesn't matter too much. It still would give vision, right?
Mm.
Perhaps that other pylon makes it more difficult, kind of blocking of the ramp in a way, but...
But it's looking like this cannon rush this cannon rush is going to be successful. 3 more go down here on the high ground for Pig. Probes are pulled off the line, try and deal with it. There's 1 stalker out. Not all of these cannons will complete, but a couple of them will. More probes are going down here for light, as it's a disaster.
Yeah.
Both gateways.
Disasters then. I agree. Well, he has to stalk us out now, and he is going to clean this up eventually. It's going to take him a while, though. He lost 2 gateways. He lost a lot of probes. He's in a little bit of trouble, but at the same time, us being a proxy pylon in the base of Pig being made. So, you know what? As soon as that gateway or the warp attack finishes up full lights, he's already going to be prepped with a pylon right there on the other side of the map. And a gateway, too. Look at that. What else do you need in the world of Protoss versus Protoss? Am I right?
Oh yeah. Well, this is next level mind games here from Light, because he knows that Pig's not going to be paying attention to anything coming into his base. So Pig's not going to be expecting this. I mean, when you see your opponent drop 2 cybernetics cores, I mean, like, it's just not a thing.
Yeah, that is fun.
It's just not a thing.
I didn't even notice it. I think maybe he was afraid to lose his cybernetic score or something.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean,
Perhaps tiredness getting to you.
oh yeah. No, it's. I mean, it could be for the fact that cybernetic scores do have a little bit more health than gateway. So if he was trying to provide a tankier wall.
Yeah, maybe. Oh my
but...
god, Pig going for the expansion behind this.
Oh,
no.
Oh
boy. He's gonna get 4 gated so hard. He only has 1 stalker, 2 gates himself. Robo not done yet, and alright, warping in already.
Warp gate's only 3/7 done, Kozan, for Pig. Like, this is not going to work. There are depths here. Oh no.
This is so absolutely horrible for Pig. He must feel so good about his position in this game, and then out of nowhere he's just gonna get crushed from within his own base.
There's a shield battery too. I just want to message Pig and be like, Pig, yeah, and here come the adepts. It has begun. And the stalkers.
How did they get there?
No.
Oh, stalkers as well. Oh, interesting.
This is rather odd. This is not normally what I'm used to seeing.
I thought this was my base. This is not okay. Oh, there's another base in my base. I can't do an Australian accent, but I'm sure.
Blimey, there's a base in my base, Rob. Pig saying, roll on the floor laughing, GG. Today is not a good day for my PvP.
It seems so. Light's just rushing it. Holy hell.
Gosh, guys. This is why I love StarCraft, because stuff like this, you can't write this, guys. You can't make this stuff up.
It's funny, like, I know people that are in, like, Diamond League and stuff like that, right? And I tell them sometimes that in, like, weird situations, or where you're not completely sure, and like especially if this is Protoss, what your opponent is doing, just check the corners of your base as well. You know, if they have a forge already set up in their base very early on, you want to check those corners, right? Even in the lower leagues, I know a lot of people like to use those cannons, but then they say these things like, yeah, but like I will see if a Protoss probe just walks into my base, and then, you know, I'll see that happen. You know, I'm not gonna miss that, right? How could I ever miss a probe walking into my base, past my own buildings, next to the ramp? He's not gonna get in without me noticing. Well, let me tell you guys, it happens. It happens in these higher ranks as well, and you know, it just happens sometimes. There's so much stuff happening in a game of StarCraft 2. You cannot physically check everything at the same time, right? Even though some of the highest players make it appear like they are checking all the corners, every little mini-map aspect at every single second of the game. That's just not what it does, right? There is still this little bit of weird randomness, whether the probe walks in when you're not looking at your mini. And, well, it worked out there in that situation. Oh, Acropolis. So we just do another shout out as well. We might be getting close to the end already.
Yeah. Here, guys, we are going to take a quick second to show you a video from 24 Hour Fitness, and then we will get into game number 5.
Nuclear missile ready.
Time is now, place is here to rest. Feeling the holes on my soul. I see, I like, I go, I get. No one can hold me back. I see, I like, I go, I get. Go, I get, go, I get, go, I get now. Go, I get, go, I get, go, I get now.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you for that. And here we go.
Commercial time. It's over. What is that? What emote is that? Did you see it?
I don't even
It was
know,
like these
dude.
weird
Is that,
purple
is that
twin towers almost.
is that like creep being pooped by an over? Is that like the pooped creep? I think that's what it was.
That's a peculiar type of emote. I mean,
I don't really
Interesting.
get it. PvP. PvP. Okay, guys, notice
gonna
that
happen,
it is
I
random
know.
on PiG. It is the random.
oh my dear lord, it's not. Okay, well.
Oh, I saw the symbol by lights first, but I didn't see Pig's name, so at first I saw the Protoss symbol. I'm like, oh gosh,
yeah.
no.
It's happening again. Oh,
It's
dear lord.
happening. Alright, start us
We're
off.
cursed.
We're cursed.
Okay, in the top left corner of the map, we still have one Protoss player right here in the blue. It is Light.
Oh my gosh. And in the bottom right, his magnificent and lovely Australian opponent. In the red, the Terran player for the first time in 5 games. It's Pig. Oh.
Man, all right. Well, so far both of our predictions are off. But to be fair, I wasn't expecting 4 PvPs in a row to occur either.
Who was? No one was expecting that. Like that's not what's supposed to happen. However,
Somewhere one Blizzard employee is watching and he's just like, I was making sure he would be Protoss every time. Just pressing some weird buttons, some manipulating the RNG.
Instead of them ever actually doing real work at Blizzard, they sit there and whenever someone goes random, they just pick which one it is. And then one guy saw that this was happening, and he's like, "I'm gonna make it a PvP for 4 games in a row."
I love PvP. I need to learn more about it. Let me make sure I'm gonna watch PvP. That's what they do at this.
I would have made it a ZVZ because I know how much everybody loves that. Light finally seeing that it's not a Protoss he's playing and thinking, who's this hacker?
No, switching up his build. Finally, Light not going for that same one. Immediately dropping down that Nexus as he sees Pig is Terran.
Yeah. Okay. So, something interesting I saw. Pig went for a super early first gas and has already gotten full saturation on his second one. So this is definitely a tech-designed play for Pig. As you can see, he was able to get a factory down really fast and has reactored Marines going. This is most likely going to be some form of Widow Mine drop. I'm thinking with Marine support.
Yeah, could also be with a Liberator follow-up. Just because of the amount of gas, should be able to support that. We'll have to wait and see for a moment. Pig still can go multiple of ways, of course. Doesn't want to lose this Widow Mine, though. Needs to start burrowing it. Oh, that is getting close. Okay. Wants to repair that before he goes out. Now, the Adept does get a full scout in the base. Does see basically that Pig is doing here. It's going to lose the Adept for it, though, of course. But at the same time, Pig going in with the Reaper. Also scouting everything.
Was able to get 3 probes with it, and Light with some amazing probe micro, and blocking off that Reaper's escape with the pylon. That was some Gosu level Reaper hunting.
Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah. I do agree.
The Hug of Love coming in on that Widow Mine, as you were saying, it needed a little bit of time, love, and care, Kozan, and yeah, it's looking like a Widow Mine drop with Marines. Tech Lab going to be coming up here on the factory after that. But only one of the Widow Mines being taken in the medevac. Interesting.
Yeah.
Is that a mistake?
Maybe I think he wants to fly in with the vac into the main base and then walk the Widow Mine in into the natural, right? So divert attention and then try to do damage with the other Widow Mine in the natural.
Now, there was a probe that came from Light across the watchtower just as the medevac was in. Yeah, and the stalkers are ready. Oh, that is such a dead medevac. Oh my gosh, it escapes.
That was very close.
Wow.
But the Widow Mine, the other Widow Mine, still unseen so far. The probe's not taking action here. It's burrowing.
Oh no!
Close. Okay, 2. Only 2.
Okay, if there had been a little more target firing, probably could have gotten a lot more. 2's not horrible. It's something, but Observer keeping an eye on this very low medevac, 14 health left on it. So probably don't want to jump on anything there just yet. Blink has completed, and we do have a couple of proxy gates going down on the east side of the map, Kozan.
Yeah, we are seeing a 3rd base as well being created for Pig. He is going to go for the Liberator as well. That's gonna show up into the natural rather quickly. Try and pull attention away again from his medevac. There are still 2 stalkers waiting, just hoping that medevac tries to make an appearance and then blinking in. Oh my god, here he goes. Beautiful pick off there already. And the Liberator, though, only getting 4 kills.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, but still, though, losing an entire medevac filled with Marines, as we can see, Light going for an aggression here with a lot of gateways and the Blink Stalkers. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have minded having those Marines around. Trying to get into the main door. Unfortunately for him, there is a siege tank there. He can just blink on top of the siege tank, perhaps, since the bio wasn't there. The bio now, though, moving into a good position.
Yeah, the bio's ready to jump on any stalkers that come their way, and Adept's Shade's going to see that the SCVs are still there. The blink here, there we go. Siege tank immediately going down. But I think there's a bit too much bio here, Kozan.
Yeah, for sure. Does blink out again, wants to poke away a little bit from afar, but with the repair there, things are looking pretty good for Pigs so far. Where did the Liberator go, actually? Is that... got taken down as well at one point.
Yeah. At some point it got taken out. Press have to pay respects, everyone. But there's enough Marauders here that these Stalkers are not going to be able to do enough. The Pig's defense is going to be too good. I'm liking Pig's position. We do see a Disruptor follow-up here out of Light, which can work really well against Bio, and we've seen Light's ability already to use Disruptors, so it's going to get interesting here, Kozan.
So wait and see how Pig is going to deal with those. If his splitting is going to be better in the Terran race than it was with the Protoss. Fortunately, maybe it was just, you know what, with Disruptors, it is one of those split-second things, isn't it? Where, like, if you're just not paying attention for half a second, like half your army can just be gone instantly. Yeah.
Yeah, disruptors are very much a gamble unit. If they work really well, but if they don't, you are screwed, because at that point, after they're shot, they are dead supply until their cooldown. And so if you do not do damage, then your opponent's going to be able to steamroll over you. So they can be effective, but it is a risk. Not like, say, Colossus, where it's guaranteed damage. If you're willing to play that risk, it can definitely turn into a fun scenario.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit awkward with the command center now flying in. Going to spot 2 gateways here.
Oh, yeah.
Big recall, actually. So I thought for a moment the Stalkers might want to try to run around and try to poke away at the command center. But actually just playing it safe, realizing that Pig is moving across the map here and wants to be in a position to start defending his own third base. I think Light is actually in a pretty good position to do so, honestly. He has a pretty good army with the 2 disruptors here. I just want to see how he uses... Oh yeah, actually has 4 disruptors now. Double producing disruptors.
Yeah. And so at this point, he just needs to zone. He needs to buy time. He's down in army supply. He's down in workers. Nice blink there. When you have this many stalkers, what you want to do is you want to try and pick off medevacs and blink away, or just run away. It's a dancing game, and it's all about efficient trades. And so here the medevac count we see has gone down a little bit, and Pig's actually going to have to retreat for the time being.
Needs to get together with the rest of his army in the main base. Also going for a drop into the main base of Light at the same time. I'm kind of... I'm not liking Light's disruptor micro as much as I did the previous games. It seems like he's a lot more willing right now to just drop all his... Well, most of his disruptor shots in one volley. As we can see... Oh my dear lord, alright, Pig wasn't paying attention.
No, he was not watching. His focus was elsewhere, and now he's in a lot of trouble here, Kozan.
Yeah, I guess it works out if Pig isn't paying attention if you use all your shots at one go, but... Well, he still has some Liberators here, and a lot of Marauders as well. As long as he doesn't get hit again, he still should be okay, I'd say. It's a reasonable dodge. Oh my god, that's massive, though.
That southern
and
shot.
Another big hit. Okay, well, that is still... Only disruptors remaining, though, so far, but trading out rather nicely. If he manages to get away with most of these disruptors, should be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to recall the disruptors, and I mean, although Light did a lot of damage, supplies are dead even. And
very true.
The macro that Pig has going on and the amount of workers he was able to save, Light wasn't able to take out very many workers there. A lot of them were pulled away from the third base so that not very much damage could get done economic-wise. So Pig's definitely still in this. And with the Liberator follow-up, he's getting Liberator range, and these Stalkers that Light's getting, I don't think are going to be the correct answer here, Kozan.
Yeah, I think, honestly, maybe Pig is a little bit ahead right now. He has a significant upgrade advantage. He has the +2/+2 versus really no upgrades at all. And as soon as that Liberator range finishes up, I don't see a lot of ways that Light can still win this game at that point. No, having to move around again because of those Liberators already sieged up. The SCV is going to spot this, though. Big counter-aggression as well. Full Pig running around on the bottom of the map there, on the bottom left. Gonna run into the third base rather quickly here. Yeah. Already pre-split against the Disruptors as well.
Pig doing a good job preemptively setting up his units to not fall to the disruptor shots. Third base is going to get sniped here. Pig pulling a Pult and getting rid of that Nexus. Light's now in a bit of trouble with the Liberator answer to the disruptors. Light's going to be in a big dicey situation because he doesn't really have an answer to these Liberators.
Yeah, and the Pyro Force with this much of an upgrade advantage, that's just absolutely devastating. It's just gonna wreck this Gateway Force so insanely quick. And he's gonna have +3/+3 before Light has +1/+1. That is that's big problem here for Light.
Light did get the double forges at one point, but hasn't started an upgrade. That's definitely a bit of an oversight. There he goes. Now he's just starting them. But yeah, Pig, I'm liking his position. I'm not really sure how he can throw it away. He's up about 50 supply, and it's his game to lose at this point.
I am having a little bit of a siren in the background. It is the first of the first Monday of the month, and it's 12 o'clock. So this is when the Dutch people, they have their siren exercises. I kind of always forget about it. I'm not sure if it's picking up enormously badly.
I couldn't even notice it until you mentioned it, and then if I really paid attention, I could sort of tell. But no, you're good, fam. You are good. 3 Liberators at a time still being produced here for Pig as he approaches that maxed out supply. +3 bio attack is about 11 seconds away. Light trying to get an angle here with his disruptors, but Pig, the patience that he's showing is so good. Actually, might try and dive in with the disruptors on the workers. No, Pig actually don't know where he's sending his army.
Here he comes. Oh, massive hits.
Yeah, nice hits on the workers, takes out 10 SCVs, going to even up the SCV supply, but there's not enough left over for Light to really deal with the rest of the force. Pig's macro is just too good, and here's this massive counterattack.
He was also at the same time trying his best to harass Light's worker line with 2 disruptors. Only 1 disruptor remains now. He didn't do too much. The Salks were in a good position to deal with it. But yeah, this counterattack by Pig, that is absolutely massive. No single disruptor anywhere inside to help out with this. And this Bioforce just trading incredibly efficiently against these Stalkers here. Oh my god, even killing disruptors.
Yeah.
3 disruptors go down as well.
Well, with the amount of Marauders he had there, he was just able to pick off so many things. 48 Stalkers have gone down in this game, Kozan. The resources lost tab is actually pretty even, but Pig continuing to increase his upgrade and total overall supply advantage.
Also, because he does have the economic advantage, he can trade out evenly and still be perfectly fine. Although I have to say, it is a bit of a... I expected him to trade out even better with like the upgrade advantage that he has, though. But
well,
that's just the nature of disruptors, I guess. They don't really care about upgrades, do they?
No. And I mean, Pig's army hasn't always been in optimal positions. Oh, big hits. Pig's army hasn't always been in optimal positions. He's been moving it around, sending it to different places, and Light has been able to capitalize on that, which is keeping Light in this game. But, ooh, that was unfortunate, running into the minefield of freedom.
Those Protoss units got liberated without their consent. Oh, big disruptor hits coming in, though!
Oh my gosh.
Is dropping instantly.
This game would be over if Light wasn't making such money disruptor shots. I swear.
Very true. Very, very true. Well, it's still rough for Light. I feel like just the continuous harassment from Pig as well on the other side of the map is keeping him a little bit in bay. But Light is getting in a good position, though, I have to say. He still has a full base economy. Mining rather nicely, and Light is keeping a lot of the Liberators at bay that are flying across now, though, moving in with a big Bioforce, getting quite a lot of probe kills, as I was saying that Light was doing a wonderful job defending everything.
I'm actually super confused at what Pig's trying to go for here, because, I mean, he's had an advantage tech-wise and army-wise for so long, but he's not attacking with his army. He's continuously splitting up his Liberators to do solely defense, and then just runs his bio in some weird random location, and so the army of Light has not truly been challenged or pressured, and when his bio goes to attack Light at Light's base, there's not that Liberator support to keep the bio alive. So Light is able to come in and kill it. I'm really not sure how Pig's going to be able to close this out. He's just allowing Light to have more and more time to come back in this game. Catch up on upgrades, catch up on economy, and Pig's losing this lead that he's built for himself.
He is denying mining again, though, at that 4th base of Light. But yeah, Light, I do agree with you. But I can kind of see why Pig isn't using his Liberators to move forwards. But just because of the nature of the Blink Stogs and how much they're running around with the Disruptors as well. If he's out of position for just a second, right, a couple of Disruptor shots can get in on his mineral line and again do absolutely devastating money shots on his SCVs. So he needs to be in a position nearby every time to keep defending against this, he feels like, until he finally gets a good fight against this Protoss ball of absolute death and horror. Oh my god, that Disruptor shot almost killing all the SCVs. Oh, that's a lot of them going
10
down.
SCVs for one shot, and the Planetary is going to go down. Super unfortunate. Kozan, I think Pig's slipping in this game.
Yep. Now moving in though with another Bioforce, trying his best to try and deal some damage of his own, but Disruptors are here. All the Stalkers got moved over back to this base again, recalled, and now Pig trading inefficiently once again with his forces.
No, I really wish Pig had picked up his units as soon as he saw the recall and yeeted on out, but he's definitely not out of it. He's still got the supply lead, but workers, he's getting more and more down. He's not replacing his workers. He's relying on mules to keep him in this game. But I'm not sure about this one, Kev.
Yeah, it's very difficult, man. He definitely has to make something happen here. Pig, that is, of course. And yep, perhaps you're right. Perhaps he should just move across with his Liberators as well. Perhaps the base trade scenario or something like that, where he is going to be able to utilize those Liberators across the map as well. But it looks like he's losing more bio, just running into Disruptor shots, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Pig's not going for any other tech. Neither player is. They're just sticking on Zealot, Stalker, Disruptor versus Marine Marauder, Liberator. And Light is not on top of his upgrades. I mean, he doesn't have the gas for it anymore. He has gotten 2-2, so he is caught up a little bit. But it's just this weird, awkward game. Like, honestly, I feel like I'm watching a Diamond game, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Like, this is how my games go. This looks like one of my games.
Feeling like there's a little bit less of a bank in, like, Pig, his bank right now for a Diamond Terran. But yeah,
That's
and
true.
also like you have to you know, give props to Light for walking around this much with his army as well, continuously just looking for angles to start pressuring, trying to find Liberators he can blink under, trying his best to, you know, find just tiny places where the Liberators aren't sieged up properly, and then just taking massive shots every time.
Yeah,
With Disruptors.
I 100% agree with you, Kozan. The army movement out of Light has been impeccable. Pig has had to keep on his toes. Now, Pig has provided an excellent defense continuously through this game, not allowing Light to close this game out. But I don't really foresee how this game ends. We're already 21 minutes into this game, and both players are barely able to stay at 100 supply.
Yeah.
I mean, but look at how many Liberators there are here, Kozan, and he just continues to leapfrog them forward. 11 Liberators out on the map right now.
I really think that the favor does go to Light here, like, jumping up ahead in supply, and the longer this game goes, I feel like it's just going to go more and more into the favor of Light, just because he has that worker advantage, he has the base advantage, and well, he also has the army advantage right now, in army supply at least, but...
Yeah. Pig now down to only 28 workers. You need more workers in this point. Pig just... I feel like he's just not aware of how many workers he has. He needs to be building more.
Could be.
Like, that's a one-base economy right there, dude. Like, this is so bizarre. I don't know what's going on, but Liberator, Freedom, the Venn diagrams of freedom are everywhere, and Pig has been getting a few Widow Mines. Actually, this is interesting. If you look here at the bottom left corner, Kozan, Light has taken a sort of ninja expansion. Not where you'd expect.
I really like that one, but we are seeing actually Light taking down another planetary fortress at the same time as well in the top right. So another base for PiG goes down, and again PiG moving across with a big bioforce when he sees the Protoss army on his side of the map. I'm not sure if that is going to be enough though. There's already Stalks there, Zealots as well. The Disruptors, is he going to recall? There he is. Okay, recalling right on top of that Nexus.
And see,
but the
this
damage has already been done.
Yeah, I mean, PiG does have to do moves like this. I do really like that once the recall came down, he did run away. The Stalkers will give chase and pick off some of this bio, which is heavily overstimmed right now, which is not good. But I think Light's just been able to bleed PiG dry. Light never needed to close out this game. He just needed to stall and stall and stall until PiG couldn't. Just ran out of money, which he is. He's running out of money here. And this series life is on the line.
And oh my dear lord, we are seeing the fleet beacon as well now being constructed by Light. Light going for the late game tank, working up his counter towards the Liberators here so he can finish off this game. He's in a really good position. We are seeing still some aggression from PiG trying to take place. A Liberator in the main base. Unfortunately for him, there's no more probes there. There's a medevac waiting to drop, but there's already Stalkers there ready to jump underneath that as soon as he sees it appear. So I don't know, I think we are seeing the final moments of PiG here before the bell tolls. Is that a question? I think it is. It might be. Final bell? Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a thing. I might be too tired to really know, but I'm going to go with yes.
Sure, Coase, and sure. It might be a Dutch thing, who knows?
No, it sounds right. I feel like I've heard that.
Okay.
I love sayings and try and come up with some of my own on the spot. In case you haven't ever listened to any one of my streams or casts.
I have.
I know you have. But let's see here. Yeah, so the Bioforce here, but yeah, with the Tempest coming out, Light, he's in a good spot. I mean, it's not over until it's over. As the old adage says. So, I mean, like, don't count PiG out yet, guys. He is equal on army supply, which is insane seeing as he's on 24 workers. I don't know how he's keeping up in economy here. As he keeps getting denied mining, but he's holding on. He's doing everything he can to win this game, and I don't think it's a minute away from finishing. I still think we've got a few minutes left to go.
Yeah, he flew over his main base, he flew over his natural base. I'm just waiting to see his third base fly up as well and try and take a fourth base with that, or a, whatchamacallit, sixth base location in this. In this. But, yeah, I guess the one way Light can still... that's kind of the thing, right? I feel like Light would kind of have to throw this game in a way. He would have to overextend into Liberator firing over here, the Liberator squad. But yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen though. With the Tempest now being created, it's gonna kind of timer on PiG and also the pressure on PiG, right? PiG will have to try and find some sort of counterplay against those Tempests right now. He might want to try to get more Vikings. He might want to try to get more of Ghosts, perhaps, so he can try to engage really quickly on top of a Protoss army that's already half HP, basically. But then again, with the Disruptors there, that's just going to be so incredibly difficult to do.
Yeah, making a tech switch at this point for PiG is incredibly difficult. One, because, like you were saying, the Disruptors, and two, his economy. He doesn't have the economy to make a tech switch. He's barely able to keep up with what he's got. 24 workers is not enough to support late-game army. Once PiG loses what he has, Light is too far ahead to be able to catch up again. And the Disruptor shots are starting to hit. The Tempests are here to help deal with the Liberators, and I think this is it.
Light smelling blood in the water, moving in here into the third base location of PiG. PiG in a world of hurt, losing another command center here. It's absolutely terrible. Only 2 orbital command centers remaining right now. PiG needs to find a way to kill off this Protoss army and then go for a heavy counterattack. That is the only way. He still has 80 army supply, but versus the 124 of light climbing up slowly but steadily in the lead here. And it looks like he's done it, killing off most of the Liberators. Now the Tempest still reigning strong. 2 Disruptors remaining as well. Another Disruptor, actually 3. So many Blinkstalkers as well. They're going to be able to take down the final Liberators here. And I think this is it. PiG now coming to terms. GG, well played.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our series. Light will take it 5-0 over PiG.
Yeah, he did. I believe we still have a short, brief moment for one final shout out, guys. I mean, the sponsors, thanks to our sponsors. Without them, we wouldn't have events like these, right? So we got to show our appreciation to them. So first of all, GameStop is working with Matcherino to fuel the grassroots of competitive gaming by providing hundreds of amateur tournaments across dozens of titles to enable you to compete and win. Right, so they are setting up a lot of tournaments, not just for StarCraft 2, but all other sorts. So go check out what they're exactly doing on GameStop.com/esports, and also, of course, to sign up for free for a couple of these tournaments. And yeah, check them out, guys. And make sure to show your appreciation.
Do it. You won't. Alright, guys. Well, it has been a pleasure getting to be awake at these weird hours with all of you. I once tried to do a 4 a.m. cast, and when I woke up, I was like, nope. Fortunately, there was enough casters already there that I didn't actually have to join, but this time I was like, 2 a.m., let's give it a shot, and it worked.
Nice.
Big shout out to Kozan for taking time out of his morning to join me for this. I really appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, man, my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me. It was a blast, honestly.
Oh, this is our first time casting together, and I've really enjoyed our chemistry, and I can't wait to do it again when I can really put my emotion into it along with yours. I feel like we're gonna be able to have a fire dynamic together.
We're gonna blow him out of the water, my friend.
Heck yeah. Alright, guys.
All right.
Thanks to everyone who came to watch. We really appreciate it, guys. If you haven't already, follow these players on Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter at Captain Canuck 35. I think aren't you at Really Kozan?
Yeah, I'm at Really Kozan on both Twitch and Discord, or Twitch and Discord, Twitter. Twitch and Twitter.
Twitch and Twitter. Same for me at Captain Canuck 35. Guys, thank you for watching the Alpha Pro series. We have enjoyed having you. Please check out the future events we have on. We have 1 to 2 of these a week. And until next time, guys, good night, good luck, and have fun.